Guys, it's race week. It is Manchester Marathon in 4 days at the time of recording, and my first marathon, and I'm going to tell you my racing strategy, how I got here, what my goals are for the big day, and how I'm going to achieve it. Let's get into it. Guys, it's finally here. It is race week of Manchester Marathon, and it's been an absolute whirlwind and an incredible training block. I'm making this video today to give you an insight of how my training's gone, and I am ready for the big day and what strategies I'm going to deploy to try and achieve my goals. For those of you who don't know, I have been classing myself as a beginner runner, which is a mantle I may soon get rid of because I have seen some incredible progress. I started Couch to 5K 13 months ago with the goal of achieving a marathon, which is now 4 days away. And I have trained hard, working all the way through my first 10K half marathon, right up to the marathon distance. And I am very excited to finally get to the end goal, which is my first marathon. It's been a big year of training and putting the work in, but here we are and we're going to smash it. Me being me, I've set myself a very aggressive goal for race day, but I'm going to say it here now and put it out into the world, and then I can't change it and I can go and stress about the 47 million other variables that I've got this week. But I am going to be running to attempt a sub 4 marathon in my debut at Manchester. That is crazy, and I am going to be giving it my best shot. I'm actually going to set off at a pace for 3:55. Just given that I'm in a late wave and I think there might be some weaving and other things, but I'm going to go for 3:55 with sub 4 being the key goal. And looking at the paces is fairly stress inducing. I'll throw them on screen now. And yeah, I've spent more time than I care to admit just staring at these numbers, but that is the goal. The training's pointing towards I can do it at its best. Strava had me at kind of 4 hours and 1 minute. Garmin thinks 3 hours 40, but that's clearly on drugs. But yeah, the training has gone incredibly well. After Manchester Half in October, I started working with a run coach, Ian from New Limits Running, and my progress has actually been somewhat ridiculous. And yeah, that is self-confessed, but the feedback I've had from friends and people I run with have said the same. I've been coming on absolute leaps and bounds, and it's got me somewhat confident for it, guys. If you're interested in checking out Ian, drop me a message. I will ping you a link. Best thing I ever did. Probably not as expensive as you think, and a video coming soon. But yeah, the training's been going incredible. I managed to get 2 of the 32K long runs in within this block, one of which very close to marathon pace all the way through, which was a serious shift, but very exciting. Now, don't get me wrong, guys, I'm not super confident, and paranoia is a real thing. I'm going from thinking I'm Kipchoge to reinstalling Couch to 5K every hour at the moment, which is entertaining, but the block has gone really well. Right, so we've covered pacing. Let's talk about strategy. So we're going to start. It is Wednesday afternoon at the time of recording this, which means my last run has just been done, which means it's carb load time, baby. Now, I'm not going to get too silly with this, although I have just treated myself to a little pre-lunch pizza, but I'm just going to be eating the meals I eat, but maybe a little more carbs, and I'm really going to ramp it up on Saturday. I have to admit, I am going a bit decadent the day before. Obviously, got to get the carbs in, and there's a restaurant near us that looks like quite a nice Italian, and they serve your dish in a bowl made of garlic bread. Picture on screen. So that is the night before, which might be a bit dangerous, but we've got to get the carbs in. So that is the kind of fueling strategy right up until the night before, which brings us right into a perfect segue, which is race day fueling. In terms of race day fueling, I've been smart and I've been testing this stuff out, bar one thing. I do have one new thing for race day throughout my training block. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start the morning of, and other than my usual bagels with jam on that I'm going to eat a good 3 hours before the race, I love Tailwind. It doesn't taste the best, but probably 2 hours out from the start line, I'm going to be sipping on this just to get some extra carbs in ahead of go time. Not too close to the start line because it might sit a bit funny on my stomach and give me a bit of a stitch when I set off. But yeah, race morning, we're going to get the standard breakfast of some bagels with maybe some jam on, and then we're going to get about 2 hours in one of these down me. In terms of mid-run, I was debating a Tailwind, but not experimented with it, so I'm not going to bother, and I want to take the camera and take you all along with me, so we're not going to be carrying that. But what I am going to be using is, of course, gels, and I am going for precision gels. The one thing I found probably a couple of months ago, got a recommendation, is try precision gels for a couple of reasons. They are unflavored. That may sound less fun, but it certainly helps it sit on my stomach better. And the second thing is you can get them in single gel, kind of standard packets. They do caffeinated ones, but these are 90-gram pouches, and this has basically got the equivalent of 3 gels in it. So I can have the singles in the kind of pockets of my half tights under my shorts, and then I can strap a couple of these big ones in my waistband. And these are great because you can just take a bit, screw the top back on, keep going. I love these. Been using them for the last couple of months within my long runs, used them for both my 32s. So mid-race, it's going to be precision gels. I've also got some high five electrolyte gels. Electrolytes are something I'm concerned about, which I'll get onto. And then I'm just going to be using the on-course water. And then the last thing for kind of mid-race, kind of fuel, nutrition, etc. These are a plan C. So I don't think I'm going to be using these, but what I'm debating with is I've got these here. The amount of electrolytes in the high five gels isn't massive, but what I've got here is some precision tablets that have got kind of 250 milligrams of sodium in them. So I am debating taking one of these at halfway. I think if I hit the wall and cramps and all that stuff, it's probably already too late. So we might be chugging one of those down as I hit around the halfway point, maybe at an aid station. But I've been okay without them in training runs, but I will mix in the high five gels of electrolytes as well. I've just run out, so there's an Amazon order coming right now. Right, so we have talked about my pacing strategy and the target time I'm going for. We've talked about the carb load. I've showed you the fuel. Should we have a look at the race kit? Let's do it. So I think we're going to start from the feet and work upwards, and the shoe of choice, guys, for my first marathon is the Adidas Pro 4. I love this shoe, and granted it is the only super shoe I've had, but I get on so well with it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I've set all my PBs in this. I think I've PB'd every race I've run in this. I ran the half in this. I ran Aintree half recently and took 12 minutes off my half marathon time, which was a confidence booster for how the training's going. I love this shoe. I did size this up. I started in a size 10 for this, but I was finding it was putting a lot of pressure on my toes, and I weren't willing to expose myself to that over the marathon distance, so I've gone up to a 10.5, but the Pro 4 is the shoe of choice. And next, I've got to show you a cool little accessory that's going to go alongside these. Now, don't tell her, but my partner is awesome, and she bought me a little gift for the half, which is shoe tags. She got me them for the half, and bless her, she put the name of the half marathon and my YouTube channel on there, which unfortunately you're watching right now, but she got me another pair for the marathon. Hopefully you can see that. Of course, I'll throw some B-roll on screen just to make it easier, but they say Manchester Marathon 2026, I'm built different. Now, I'm not actually that egotistical, it's a bit of a joke, but when I do some good running, I like to say I'm built different, which you may have seen in recent videos, but these are going on there. And that is the footwear. But let's have a look at the Raceday kit, because if you don't know this brand, you are missing out. Absolute world class. Race shorts, guys, the all important shorts. And those of you who watch the channel know I am a absolutely massive fan of Twisted Running, and I love their race shorts. They are 2-in-1 shorts, so you've got the liner as well as these. They're of course in the navy blue, which you'll notice will become a pattern in this outfit. But what I love about them is, as well as pockets in the half tights, these have a 360 band all the way around, which a lot of marathon shorts do, but they are absolutely fantastic. They have a zip pocket in the back as well, and there just isn't any better. I've tried a lot of stuff. I'm a magpie, and I love Twisted. I'm actually wearing Twisted here as well. Not sponsored, although Ben, shout out, mate. Anyway, Twisted running shorts are absolutely world class. And I was obviously only going to pair the Twisted running shorts with the Twisted top, and that's because they do excellent race themed shirts. And let me show you the marathon one. So this, guys, is the marathon shirt, and I'm probably doing a terrible job of showing it you there, but I'm going to pop some stuff on screen as well. But this is the beautiful navy blue colorway, although there's 4 of them. And of course it says Manchester 26.2 on the front and the Twisted logo. And the really subtle design is actually kind of a topographic map of Manchester. And then you've got Manchester on the back. And I think Dropped it. I think these are absolutely gorgeous. And one thing I love as well, just as a bit of a keepsake, is they leave this section here. Hopefully you can see that, guys. And you can either take it in and they'll print on that, or you can write on that your finish time afterwards. So if you kind of frame these things or you keep them as mementos, incredible. These come in 2 different varieties. This is the ultralight version, so I don't get too hot. And there's an all year round version. But do you know what, guys? I bought the t-shirt and it would be rude to just buy the t-shirt. So we also bought the vest. Now, obviously it may be boiling hot on race day, so we got the vest as well. And looking at the weather, it looks like this one might be the one that I'm wearing, so I get to stay nice and cool. They do also do it in a tank top version as well, but they don't stop there. And in the interest of being a full kit wanker, we also got the hoodie. Yes, we went for the full set. We've got the Manchester hoodie. I am going to be dripped, and I'm going to be one of those obnoxious people who is looking for any excuse to tell you I've done a marathon. So I've even got the matching hoodie, all in the navy blue, which is stunning. The quality of this stuff, guys, is next level. Anyone who watches the channel will know that most of what I run in is Twisted stuff. I love it, super affordable. Local brand, well worth supporting, check them out, but I've not even finished yet. I also got it in pink and I love this. It's gonna be absolutely boiling on race day, so it's probably gonna be the vest, but the pink is just mwah, love it. Check out Twisted Running. Anyway, guys, there you go. You've seen my pacing strategy, you've seen how I'm gonna approach the carb load and race day fuel, you've seen the kit, you've seen the shoes. All that's left is for you to hit subscribe, guys, because next you're gonna get to watch me run my first marathon. I'm feeling really good, really positive, and as long as I can get out of my own head, I'm gonna give this the best shot and take you along for the ride. It's been a great training block. I've seen huge progression, and we're finally at the point where I get to see what that translates to on race day. Hope you've enjoyed this video. If it's your first marathon, 50th marathon, you're running Manchester or you've got one soon, let us know below. If anybody wants to sponsor me, because I'm doing this for Cancer Research UK, I lost my mum and grandmother to cancer, so it's been an incredible opportunity to raise some money there. So if you'd like to sponsor me, there'll be something in the description, or drop me a message. Follow me on Strava, follow me on Instagram. Make sure you follow the channel, because you're either going to see me smash this 4-hour goal or crash, burn, and hilariously fail, DNF, and probably hurt myself, because anyone who knows it's me, and that might happen. But I appreciate you watching this video. If you're training for a marathon, I hope it goes really well. And I'm going to say goodbye, and the next time you see me will be on the start line. Peace.